Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? My name is Dr. Farnsworth, principal of Robert E. Lee High School, and I would like to welcome you to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2019 at the Fertitta Center on the campus of the University of Houston. This is a reminder that there is no smoking in this facility, that all aisles must be kept clear at all times. In respect of the graduates and those seated around you, we ask that all cell phones and other electronic communication devices be turned off or muted during the ceremony. Air horns and other devices are not permitted. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Thank you. Good morning. At this time, would you please stand in honor of our graduates? Let the processional begin. Audience members and graduates, please remain standing and direct your attention to the center of the floor for the presentation of colors by the Robert E. Lee Marine Corps Junior ROTC Color Guard. Carrying the national colors is Cadet Captain Emmanuel Sugram. The Marine Corps colors are carried by Cadet Sergeant Jacob Lopez. The right rifle is Cadet Sergeant Edgar Rodriguez, and the left rifle is carried by Cadet Lance Corporal Kristen Pulido. We will now honor the United States of America with the national anthem performed by the Robert E. Lee Band and Choir, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance by Student Body Vice President Chris Reyna.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Please remain standing while the flags exit and remain standing through the alma mater and invocation. At this time, please join me in singing the Lee High School alma mater.
Shall make our pathways
Anthony Malinguez, Senior Class Vice President, will now lead us in the invocation.
If you will please bow your heads as we pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we gather here today to celebrate an end of a chapter, but also in celebration of what's to come. Thank you for allowing our friends, family, and teachers to join us for this bittersweet moment for Robert E. Lee High School's class of 2019. We pray for our graduates today and lift us before you. We thank you for providing us with the strength, intellect, and capability to make it through these past years filled with countless challenges. During this upcoming season of new beginnings, we ask you to help guide our footsteps and make our ways clear. We ask for you to open doors that need to be opened and close every one that should be shut tight. You have gifted every single one of us with countless blessings, and for that, please allow every treasure you have placed inside our lives to grow, develop, and flourish as you guide us to a bright future filled with this success. We ask for laughter and joy to fill our days, and we pray that you would give us the boldness and courage to face challenges set before us with the confidence and peace that you've shown us is possible. Please allow us to learn, to grow, to hope, and to love our friends, to love our family, and to love all. We pray that in all our upcoming journeys, we may continue to be beacons of hope and promise to a broken world, a world in need, a world waiting for us. This we pray in Jesus' name, amen.
Please be seated at this time. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our student body president, Michael Lopez, with the welcome.
Welcome, friends, family, faculty, and administrators to the commencement ceremony for the Robert E. Lee High School graduating class of 2019. I am Student Body President Michael Lopez, and I am honored to be here today to represent my class and amazing school. Good morning. It is a great day to be graduating from Lee High School, where the heart of the gander beats as one. As we celebrate the 90th year of Lee High School as an institution, I am blessed to continue my family tradition by being a fourth-generation Gander, though nothing about my high school career has been traditional. After being diagnosed with leukemia my freshman year and completely missing my sophomore year, this day seemed like it would never come. But even through all the hospitalizations, chemotherapy, and procedures, I had one goal in mind. That goal was on this day to be standing here in front of you, graduating with my closest friends and family. And here I am. Each of us have had challenges and struggles we've had to overcome over the past 4 years, and I am very proud to say to all of you that we did it. Congratulations, Ganders. I wish all of you the best of luck in whatever you choose to do from here on out. Thank you, Mr. O'Brien, for being as involved and accessible as you have been as our superintendent. Thank you, school board members and representatives, for your support and guidance. Thank you, Dr. Farnsworth, Mrs. Fox, Mr. Aiken, and Mrs. Dunn for helping us get through our high school career. And special thanks to Mrs. Rodriguez and Mrs. Powell for staying with us all 4 years. I would also like to thank all the teachers, coaches, sponsors, and other administrators who played a role in helping us become the people we are today. We appreciate all of you more than you could know. Thank you to all of the friends and families of the 2019 graduates for making the drive out here today. Thank you to all of the parents and guardians who have been by our side for the past 12 years, continuously supporting us and pushing us to do better. Thank you to all of the parents who work long hours and pick up extra shifts to provide for their children. Thank you to the parents who came to the U.S. to give their children a better life than the one they had. Thank you to the brothers and sisters who stepped up and helped raise their siblings. And thank you to the single parents trying to do it on their own. We would not be here without all of the sacrifices all of you have made for us. I'd like to thank all the members of the senior class for contributing to an amazing senior year. I hope the 405 of us graduating today are successful and can accomplish everything that we set our mind to. Thank you.
There are many people in attendance today that have contributed to the success of these seniors. We would like to express our appreciation by recognizing some of them at this time. First, we would like to recognize our 2018-2019 Goose Creek Board of Trustees and our Superintendent of Schools. Please hold your applause until I've introduced all individuals, and then we will recognize them as a group. Please stand as I call your name and remain standing until all of you have been recognized. School board members for the 2018-19 school year include President, Mr. Pete Poppy, Vice President, Mr. Augustine Laredo III, Secretary, Ms. Jessica Woods, Assistant Secretary, Mr. Howard Sampson, Member, Mr. Richard Clem, Board Member, Mr. Al Richard, and Board Member, Mr. Ben Poppy, and our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Randall O'Brien. Please join me in recognizing all of our Board of Trustees and Superintendent of Schools. We would also like to recognize City Council of Baytown's Council Member Laura Alvarado of District 1, and the Mayor of Baytown is also present with us, Mr. Brandon Capatillo. Welcome. Would the central administration and central office staff please stand and be recognized at this time? We are also pleased to have the Robert E. Lee feeder pattern principals and the principal of the Peter E. Highland Center. Would you please stand and be recognized at this time? Please join me at this time in recognizing the administrative staff of Robert E. Lee High School. Please stand and be recognized. The faculty at Robert E. Lee High School is made up of men and women who care about their students. They have worked hard with these young people for 4 years. They have grown to know and love them, and they have helped them reach this point in their lives. Will the staff of Robert E. Lee High School please stand and be recognized? And let's not forget the most important, parents and grandparents of these fine young men and women. You play a vital role. Please stand where you are so that we may recognize all of your efforts. We appreciate the support you've given us. Thank you so much. It is with pleasure that I now turn the podium over to the 4 of our most distinguished members of the class of 2019. Our keynote speakers will be Senior Class President Grace Rocha, giving the senior reflection, Then Posse Cantu will give the senior challenge, our salutatory address given by Lizette Mendoza, and then concluding with Hannah Christensen, our valedictorian. Please welcome Grace Rocha to the podium.
Good morning. When asked what the past 4 years of high school have meant to us, many things come to mind. We are faced with memories of the good and bad, but without both, the past 4 years would mean nothing. As we sit and reminisce, it feels like freshman year was just yesterday, and a new chapter in our lives had just opened. At Fish Camp, we made sure we saved seats for our friends from junior high, and we were handed a foreign map, which we soon realized was actually the map of our campus. We then got our IDs and were set to officially be Ganders. On the first day of freshman year, many of us were trying to figure out how to make it from the field house or 400 buildings to the freshman hall in just 5 minutes without getting lost. It almost seemed impossible, but we figured it out. For some reason, we thought the cafeteria food was magically going to get better in high school, but that day we realized that wasn't the case. However, as the year progressed, we attended our first pep rally, joined many clubs and organizations, and selected a sport to be a part of. We realized that high school wasn't like the movies. There wasn't mean girls pushing us around to tell us to wear pink on Wednesdays or Saturday detention. We built unforgettable friendships, grew in class spirit, and gained our wonderful principal, Dr. Farnsworth. We learned to support one another, stood alongside Michael as he battled cancer, which, by the way, he is now cancer-free. And we experienced the loss of a classmate and friend, Mario, that many of us will forever carry in our hearts. As sophomore year approached, we really found what interested us and where we belonged. We welcomed Mr. Aiken as our class AP, won the Spirit Stick for the first time, and many of us really began to get involved. Oh, junior year. I know many of us wish we could just skip that year as a whole. However, through the difficult times, there are still good things that came out of it. On August 27th, 2017, many of our lives were changed tremendously. Our family, school, and community were severely impacted by Hurricane Harvey. School was delayed for 2 weeks. After returning, it was nice to have a support system of teachers and friends. For some of us, Lee became a second home. As the year went on, we realized real quick that this was going to be the most difficult year. Trying to juggle all the rigorous AP courses wasn't easy. From crying in Funderburg's AP physics class, to hearing Dr. Warrington counting down the seconds we had left before we were late, or hearing, "Good morning, smart people," from Dr. Bullion every day in his class. We didn't realize it then, but those are the little moments that we would miss most. We then experienced another tragic loss in our 2019 class. We lost Aaliyah, who I would also like to take the time to remember. Now, on to senior year. Many of us were accepted into a college of our choice, some enlisted into the military, and a lot of us finally figured out what we wanted to do with our lives. We gained a lot of knowledge and life lessons. Well, we did it. We all accomplished one of the major early milestones of our lives, high school graduation. We all worked hard to get to this day, and our work did not go to waste. This high school diploma will open many doors of opportunity. This will be the last time each of us sit together in the same room as the class of 2019 before we all go our separate ways. So, embrace it. I want to leave you with something Mr. Chambliss once told us. Turn your passion into a paycheck. Whatever you do in life, just be passionate in it. Congratulations to the class of 2019, and remember, once a Gander, always a Gander. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I want to sincerely thank every one of you for being here. You are all witnessing a pivotal shift in these seniors' lives as they move into adulthood. Your attendance today shows your support for these soon-to-be former students, so I would be remiss if I failed to recognize the contributions that every one of you in attendance has made to make this moment possible. You only graduate high school once, or at least that's what I heard, so take in the moment and cherish it. Think of all the hearts and minds whose sole focus is to celebrate the past 12 or so years of your life. Also, think of the journey leading up to this point. All the odds you overcame, all the assignments you stayed up all night working on, or the countless hours working in class to make sure you reached this very moment. Although it seemed like reaching this point was the end game, it isn't. Rather, it's only the beginning of a fruitful life, achieving our goals and persevering through the challenges we will encounter. And that challenge I offer to you today is something you should take with you and keep in mind no matter what you do. I know Dr. O'Brien can recite this quote with me when I say, "That which does not kill me only makes me stronger." Inspired by a long-dead German philosopher, I challenge you, whenever you're faced with tragedy and misfortune, to not allow it to get to you, to look towards the future and to bounce back stronger than ever. But my offering of the challenge can only get you so far. It is up to you to complete it. And as you move into the next chapter of your life, persevere through every obstacle. For the light at the end of the tunnel is beautiful. You just have to keep on walking. Thank you, and go Ganders.
Good morning, friends, family, faculty, and most importantly, graduates. The day has come. We have waited 1,460 days for this very special moment. I will have to admit that when Farnsworth told me I had to give a speech for today, I thought he was joking. And so I actually made eye contact with him, and I figured out he was actually being serious. So I wrote around several versions of my speech, not knowing what to say for today. So I found myself stuck. However, as I was pondering for what to say for today, it crossed my mind that we sometimes overlook some people that have truly helped us in our journey. I could go on talking about how today is only our day, but I think sometimes we forget to give credit to those who have put up with us since day one. Last summer, I attended a program at BYU for multicultural students, and I had the opportunity to speak to my advisor, Jamal Willis. He asked me a couple of questions to get to know me more personally, such as, who are your parents, where are they from, how many siblings do you have, etc. I then proceeded to answer his questions, and his response was eye-opening. I, like many of the graduates sitting here, am part of the first generation to not only graduate high school, but to continue pursuing a further education. Now, according to Jamal, yes, this is a wonderful milestone and a great accomplishment to the graduates. But you told me that the greatest accomplishment goes to our parents. We worked hard for 4 years, but they have worked even harder these past 18 years to get us to where we are today. And I think that deserves some recognition. Therefore, to the parents or guardians of these graduates, thank you. Thank you for providing, caring, and loving us every day. I know that taking care of teenagers is not always easy, and we truly appreciate the effort you have put in these years. A los padres hoy les quiero agradecer por el amor, la protección y el trabajo en que han puesto para que su hijo o hija esté aquí hoy. Especialmente los que viajaron a este país para proveer para su familia. Gracias. I can also speak for the graduates when I say that these past 4 years have been bittersweet. I think we have all faced our highs and lows of high school. It definitely hasn't been easy. We've lost a couple people along the way. We have made mistakes. We have fallen, failed, maybe even lost ourselves along the way. But we eventually found our way back. We have gone through stages of frustration, sadness, confusion, but the most important, happiness. We had fun, that's for sure. We experienced football games, pep rallies, lip dubs, and soccer playoffs. Late nights out with friends and laughing so hard you can barely breathe. Those are the moments we should cherish the most. The ones when we experience true joy. And to my closest friends, thank you for filling my high school days with endless smiles and laughter. I hope for each and every one of you that today will be more sweet rather than bitter. For today marks a new stage in our lives as well as a new beginning. After today, we decide what we want to do with our lives and who we aspire to become. Dr. Seuss once wrote in All the Places You Go, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes, you can steer yourself any direction you choose. No one determines your own destiny except for you. The future is right there within your grasp. but it's really up to you whether you're willing to step out and reach for it. No one else is going to get up to give it to you. Life doesn't work like that as far as we've experienced. Don't expect life to be easy. Be prepared to experience those moments when you feel stuck in a hole so deep, wondering if you will ever be able to get out. But trust me, you will. You will grow and you will succeed. I am grateful for the opportunity to be graduating with the 90th class of Robert E. Lee High School. Class of 2019, good luck in your future endeavors and for whatever the future might hold.
Good morning. It is my pleasure to be able to talk to my peers, teachers, family, and friends this morning, and to be able to bring this school term to a close. As I began trying to write this speech, I was having trouble figuring out what to talk about. While sitting outside of my house on the swing and waiting for something to come to me, I heard a live band from somewhere in the distance start playing. I was listening to the music with my family as we all began to sing the words, "Be a Simple Kind of Man" by Leonard Skinner. I immediately ran upstairs to grab my laptop because I realized that the topic that would come the easiest to me was music. Music is and has been a very important part of my life. More recently, I've been a part of the famous Robert E. Lee Band for the past 4 years. Meeting lifelong friends through music. The music we performed not only brought us together in a unique fashion, but the lyrics of, "Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?" screamed in unison in the back of the bus did as well. Although I was lucky enough to receive firsthand music exposure, most people are not a part of a fine arts organization, but that is the great thing about music. It's everywhere. Whether you are watching a movie, riding in your car, or even sitting outside, there tends to be some form of music around. Even in school, we have all at some time or another plugged our headphones in to be able to escape the world and fall into the words of our favorite artists. We all take inspiration from the various artists such as Kendrick Lamar, Prince Royce, or George Strait, various genres of hip-hop, pop, rock, and many others as we live our day-to-day lives. Artists such as these seem to be able to put every emotion that we are feeling at that time and place into words, making this articulation of expression something worth listening and connecting to. I know each one of us has that particular song or artist that they associate with certain events or a particular place. For me, the music of Dave Matthews will be traveling music, while John Mayer will always be music that I listen to out in the boat, and Kanye's Lift Yourself brings me back to bus rides to football games. I am sure that each one of you have your own personal connections with songs and memories, and this is just one way how the artists leave a lasting impression. Chance the Rapper sums it up real nice with the words, "Music is all we got." Their connection to themselves and ability to share that connection with others is something we can do ourselves as well, not only in the form of music. Not everyone is destined to become a famous musician or songwriter who shares their message with the world through music. But I do believe that we are all granted the opportunity to express ourselves in various ways, like music does for some. As we are all going to embark on a new chapter in our lives, some into the workforce, some in college, and others to the military, I would like to wish for you to be yourselves out in this world. I have spoken and gotten to know most of this class of 2019, and each and every one of you are incredible, unique people who have the opportunity to make a difference in this world by being yourselves and staying true to what you believe in. Each one of us has different ideas and plans for what we think we want to do with our lives, and these actions are part of our song that we leave for others to enjoy. Similar to how the type of music we listen to defines us, the story of who we are and where we come from are the stepping stones towards reaching our full potential. We have the power to connect with people and make a difference by embracing our individuality and using it to make the changes we want to see. So, share your special song with the world and watch as it changes lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Grace, Posse, Lizette, Hannah, Chris, Anthony, and Michael. You guys did a great job. You may go sit with your classmates at this time. Honored guests, this morning as we call the names of our graduates, I'd like to point out that the top 2% of the graduating class will be recognized as summa cum laude. The next 3% of the class will be recognized as magna cum laude, and the next 5% will earn the distinction of cum laude graduate. These students represent the top 10% of our senior class and are seated with honor at the front of the graduating class over here. Please direct your attention to the pages in your program that list all the students who have received honors, awards, and scholarships. Because we have recognized them individually at our honors assembly and receptions and in print in today's program, we will not introduce them individually today. However, I would like to point out that this graduating class has been offered a total scholarship value of $3.6 million for post-secondary education. To help put that in perspective, that is $1.4 million more than the last graduating class from last year. We congratulate this fine group of young men and young women who have worked so hard to receive these scholarships. We would also like to take a moment and recognize a group of seniors who've decided to serve our country by joining the Armed Forces of the United States of America. When I call your name, please stand and remain standing so that we can recognize you. Nicholas Bishke, the United States Navy. Samantha Castillo, the United States Navy. Mariah Cortez, the United States Marine Corps. Juan de la Cruz, the United States Navy. Juan Gamez, the United States Navy. Sebastian Hernandez, the United States Navy. Ivan Lagunas, the United States Navy. Francisco Lopez, the United States Army. Angel Palos, the United States Navy. Christian Polito, the United States Marine Corps. Jaden Svoboda, the United States Navy. And Elisa Torres Colon, the United States Navy. Thank you for your service. Thank you. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Robert E. Lee High School, the senior class principal, Mrs. Dunn and Mr. Aiken, and our senior class counselor, Mrs. Nancy Rodriguez, I would like to extend our best wishes and for your future success. It is with great pleasure that I turn today's program over to our superintendent of schools for the certification class of the class of 2019 of Robert E. Lee High School. At this time, please welcome Dr. Randall O'Brien to the stage.
Good morning, class of 2019. Members of the Board of Trustees, staff, family members, alumni guests, and most importantly, members of the class of 2019, we do welcome you here this morning. It is my honor to join you today on this historic occasion. This year's graduating class shares not only Robert E. Lee High School's 90th anniversary, but also our celebration of 100 years as a school district. Class, I was interviewed recently, and it gave me great cause to reflect. I was interviewed and asked a rather simple question. What makes Goose Creek schools different? What makes Robert E. Lee different? What really sets it apart from other schools and other districts? Well, I take such great pride in all that I'm blessed to witness when I walk your hallways. For a moment, I was taken back by that question. My mind raced through all the variables that I believe make us different. The academies of Goose Creek, or what we call our schools within a school, our pathways for opportunities for you. Lee STEM Academy recently received the National Model Academy Award. Then I thought about the robust business and industry partnerships that many of you have already been introduced to, as a part of your degree plan, in which many of you have already secured high-wage jobs. That led me to consider also our partnership with Lee College, in which so many of you have taken advantage of, earning college credit while still in high school, getting a head start with your personal plan for success. Then my mind began to wonder about all of the success stories, ranging from the more than 300 state history fair winners, 10 of whom have won first place in the nation with our history fair, a record number of AP scholars that sit amongst you today, those of you who have won district, region, and state competitions through athletics and fine arts. Across the district, more than, you just heard Dr. Farnsworth claim for your scholarships, across our district, more than $10 million in scholarships have been awarded this year alone. Then I thought about Lee High School being an Apple Distinguished School, and that our district is continuously upgrading your access to technology. The interview question kept whirling around in my head: what makes Goose Creek Schools different than any other district? Then I thought, well, we are celebrating 100 years, as I said. 100 years is a long time. Well, we are the largest employer in the region with over 3,000 highly qualified employees who, in my mind, accomplished more in 1 year than many people accomplished in a lifetime. Why? Well, because that teacher accomplished simply by doing their job. They have an exponential impact on our community, our state, and our society as a whole by what they give to you. And then it dawned on me, there's not just one thing that we can hang our hats on, but more of a commitment that we've made as a district, one in which each and every employee is committed to develop you, the whole child. We've not been called to develop only one thing about any of you sitting here this morning. In fact, we feel so strongly about our commitment to you, our students, that we put it in writing. Right there in our mission statement, we believe in developing the whole student, enhancing every learner's intellectual, social, and emotional well-being. You see, while you all began your education some 13 years ago, we know that you reset your focus 4 years ago with one goal in mind: to walk across this stage this morning. Likely you sat down with your parents before confirming with your counselor what your pathway would be. But in 4 years, you were charged with successfully completing 26 credits or classes. Over that 4-year period of time, you would have almost 500 courses to choose from. So while you all may have had the common singular goal of graduating, the opportunities available to you have been immense, allowing you to chart your own course of success, which has led you to the seat that you're sitting in right now. Back to the point, we certainly find value in developing your academic skill set, but we also trust that you have adapted to a more holistic understanding of how to behave in a social setting, and you've developed confidence over time with us from pre-kindergarten through today. You have been cultivated on how to celebrate success with humility and accept loss with graciousness. And we believe we've developed every emotion in between. So you see, we believe there's more to you than just a test score or a victory or a loss on the field. In fact, we believe in you as a human being who has totally unlimited potential in this world. So to be clear, although I could not answer the interview question with a single thing that we hang our hats on here in Goose Creek, I believe that I've finally arrived at what that mystery may be. After much reflection, I believe that what we can celebrate more than any other thing is someone who has learned to overcome their challenges, big and small, someone who has known victory and defeat and learned to accept either as a result of playing fairly, someone who has learned to share when they have much or when they have little, someone who has learned to treat others the way they'd like to be treated, someone who's learned to shake a hand firmly and look someone in the eye when talking to them, someone who's learned the meaning of pledging allegiance to our nation and to one another, someone who's learned to understand the meaning of service above self, and then not one of us, not one of you in this room is effective or impactful as you can be when you work together. Someone who's learned that perseverance and hard work actually do pay off in the end. And finally, someone who has learned that each one of us has a specific purpose in life intended for us and us alone. The person that I've just described happens to be you. Each one of you is the single most important factor related to Goose Creek CISD and our success. We are proud of each one of you and your individual accomplishments, and we believe that you are worth the time and energy invested by our teachers and our staff, primarily because we believe that our future as a society is worth the commitment that we've made to you. Being here this morning, you have demonstrated perseverance and have endured criticisms from those who may not understand your journey. I've watched you do so with a steadfast desire to reach your goals while overcoming life's challenges. Today, I ask you to honor your teachers, your parents, your family, and friends by accepting the challenges that we all know will lie ahead and make a single decision today to chart your own personal course of success. Once that decision is made, everything else will follow suit. You see, it's not a matter of determining each time that you have a challenge whether you will succeed or not. You may make that decision, you may have already made that decision, but you can make it right here, one time today, that you will reach your dreams and you will excel far beyond their boundaries. You see, because what you have learned along this path of school is that you may achieve anything that you commit your passion to. We are proud of you for your achievements thus far, and we know that many more lie ahead for each and every one of you. The moral to my message to you this morning is that you can do anything you set your mind to. You have been well prepared. Congratulations, class of 2019. Well, it is that special time that I will invite your principal, Dr. Joseph Farnsworth, to join me at the podium. Dr. Farnsworth, do you have a declaration for me this morning?
Dr. O'Brien, I hereby declare that the students presented to you and the witnesses today have successfully completed all coursework as required by the Texas Education Agency and are eligible to receive a diploma from the Goose Creek Consolidated School District.
I don't need to ask, are you sure? Then, as Superintendent of Schools, I hereby certify the Robert E. Lee High School Class of 2019. And it would not be possible, I want to also, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, the faculty and staff of Goose Creek CISD and Robert E. Lee High School, I want to congratulate you and commend you for a job well done. Congratulations.
We have now come to the phase of our graduation for which you've been waiting. We have discussed the meaning of this ceremony with our seniors, and we would like to mention it to our guests in the audience. While this is a happy and exciting occasion, this is also a ceremony of honor and dignity. Although we are here in the arena, we cannot lose sight of the aspect of a graduation ceremony. Audience members, we ask your cooperation in maintaining the honor and dignity of this ceremony so that each senior and each family can be recognized appropriately. The use of any mechanical noisemakers as a method of recognizing an individual graduate is discouraged. At Lee, we raise the bar of expectations to a higher level each day for our students, and this morning we raise that bar high for our parents and guests. Thank you for respecting this ceremony for all of our graduates and for all of our families. At this time, we would like to make a special presentation. We've had two classmates who are no longer with us and are not able to graduate with us today. First, we would like to recognize Mario Arturo Valverde, Jr. His family was unable to make it today's ceremony, but we are so happy that we could recognize him at this time. We would also like to present an honorary diploma to Aaliyah Garzoria at this time. It will be presented by Mr. Brian Aiken, the senior class principal, and Mrs. Nancy Rodriguez, our counselor. At this time, would Mr. Garzoria please come up to the podium to receive this honorary diploma? Mr. Gordon Blue has been selected to announce the names of the graduates today. Will the stage party please go to your locations to prepare for the graduation ceremony? Would the first row please stand? Wait till everyone gets in their spot.
Hannah Nicole Christensen. Lizeth Mendoza. Brianna Alexis Lopez. Eliza Maranyan Batanglomaki. Kimberly Murillo. Alejandra Maria Torres. Anthony Lazaro Mansing Manlinguez. Nayeli Montserrat Garcia. Maria del Carmen Chavez. Caitlin Alexandria Marcial. Carmen Camila Martinez. Mariana Alejandra Rodriguez. Brianna Nicole Velfling. Posse Alejandro Cantu. Vanessa Valdez. Giselle Huerta. Brenda Giselle Ramirez. Josiah Terron Bruton. Raul Hernandez. Giovanni Aramburo. Miranda Marie Roll. Luis Alberto Torres. Haley Rochelle Carpenter. Grace Erin Rocha. Valeria Astrid Tiarina Gill. Omar Eloy Ramos. Isaac Gabriel Mora. Jackson Lynn Farnsworth. Cindy Lizette Larios. Alexis Jasmine Gomez. Riley Kale O'Brien. Karime Guadalupe Guerra Cadena. Samantha Alina Martinez. Mariah Elaine Midori Cortez. Stephanie Elizabeth Naranjo. Joel Eduardo Puentes. Michael Joseph Lopez. Kayla Erin Chandler. Trevor Kayan Fanis. Marion Elise Duncan. Nancy Jasmine Perez. Alfredo Acevedo. Luis Alberto Aguilar Sanchez. Elder Omar Aguirre Hermosilla. John Daniel Alanis. Brian Aldape Lerma. Samaria Cassandra Alejandro. Alec Ray Alonzo. Ileana Nicole Aloyo. Damian Angel Alvarado. Kayla Alexandra Alvarado. Gabriela Marisol Alvarez. Rafael Dario Alvarez. Samantha Patricia Alvarez. Valerie Melissa Arana. Reynaldo Jose Arredondo. Nathaniel Rene Banuelos. Shalacia Nicole Barnes. Gage Anthony Barragan. Omar Barragan. Jose Saul Campos Barrera. Marcela Juliana Barrientos. Alicia Renee Bender. Jaime Alejandro Benitez. Fredis Jose Benitez Hernandez. Nicholas Isaac Bishke. Jalen Miguel Blake. Jalen Trevion Brown. Eduardo Buenrostro. Ramon Buenrostro, Jr. Janine Caballero. Adrian Calvario. Jacqueline Calvillo Rodriguez. Giselle Campos Guzman. Alex Leon Cantu. Juan Arturo Carrillo. Samantha Angelica Castillo. Alejandra Cazares. Harold Justin Cesar Jr. Antonio Cedillo. Fernando Ceja. Elias Daniel Cerda. Jonathan Charez. Ashley Brianna Charles. Tijani Charles. Alexandria Marie Ackerman Chatterton. Adriana Castillo Chavez. Alvaro Alejandro Chavez. Brenda Lizette Chavez. Nyanda Marie Chavez. Rafael Chavez Jr. Ana Jessica Cipriano. Jacorian LeVar Colbert. Melanie Adriana Constante. Jada Lachey Cornelius. Abigail Alexis Corona. Jose Mateo Coronel. Davis Fernando Cortez Palma. Jennifer Crespo. Rebecca Cuellar. Catalina Curiel. Jasmine Davila. Marquise Joel Davis. Jason de la Cruz. Juan Arturo de la Cruz. Gabriel Lee de la Garza. Angel Adrian de la Rosa. Araceli Natalie de Leon. Luis Alberto de Leon Violon. Brianna Diaz. Emmanuel Diaz. Alexis Emily Dominguez. Brian Dominguez Espino. Isaac Andrew Dugas. Melanie Duran. Anjali Cecilia Earl. Sierra Cheyenne East. Tyreek Devontae Edwards. Mohammed Al Farouki. Joloni Ernest. Luis Fernando Espino. Eric Robert Farquhar. Ivan Figueroa. Amalia Flores. Andrés Banuelos Flores. Maria Delfina Flores. Mike Anthony Flores. Desmond Lane Fontenot, Jr. Diamond Roche Frazier. Joey Oliverio Fuentes. Maria Lizette Fuentes. Ricardo Angel Fuentes. Juan de Dios Gomez. Ariana Rachel Garcia. Elizette Garcia. Gonzalo Yisai Garcia. Isabel Grace Garcia. Itzel Garcia. Juan Luis Garcia. Leslie Daniela Garcia. Matthew Edward Garcia. Perla Garcia. Latavia Patrice Gardner. Francisco Daniel Garza. Michelle Gomez Garza. Aliyah Garzoria. George Garzoria Lopez Jr. Isaiah Thomas Gilbert. Crystal Godoy. Emily Marie Gomez. Leslie Nicole Gomez. Lizette Gonzalez. Cynthia Annalise Kylie Gonzalez. Emmanuel Sanchez Gonzalez. Martin Alexander Gonzalez. Miriam Marlene Gonzalez. Rolando Ruben Gonzalez. Sabrina Montserrat Gonzalez. Vanessa Gonzalez. Abigail Gonzalez Flores. Daniel Gonzalez Lopez. Karen Alondra Gonzalez Quezada. Aries Francis Guerrero. Yadira Gutierrez. Elisa Janelle Guzman. Ulysses Liana Harvey. Hunter Carlton Havel. Haley Kirsten Helm. Zoe Renee Hennington. Dewell Hernandez. Everardo Hernandez. Gerardo Omar Hernandez. Julissa Hernandez. Paulina Hernandez. Saul Hernandez. Sebastian Hernandez. Claudia Kimberly Hernandez Moreno. Cruz Alberto Hernandez Mozo. Armando Ivan Herrera. Gonzalo Ray Herrera. Michelle Herrera Alonso. Christian Thomas Hildenbrand. Armando Hinojosa III. Isaac Ray Hinojosa. Anthony Jordan Hodge. Malik Taj Hodge. Eddie Christopher Huerta. Juana Mireya Huerta. Takara Myangel Huff. Samantha Poleth Hurtado. Gemma Yasmin Izaguirre. Ivan Tremaine Jackson. Ryan O'Keefe James Jr. Raylan Jermaine Johnson.
A little bit faster. You're doing good. Okay. A second count more.
Micah Jonathan Duke. Eduardo Antonio Garcia. Yaneli Lizette Gonzalez. Carol Stephanie Hernandez. Susina Rose Naron. Jesse Oliveras. Hannah Jade Warsham. Shadeja Renee Bradley. Nathaniel Tituan Contreras. Jesus Alonso Corona Magallon. Alex Ezal Rodriguez. Desiree James Colbert. Charles Preston Rowe. Casey Sabrine Joy. Eileen Rivas Juarez. Charles Dwayne King Jr. Ivan Lagunas. Julian Red Labak. Josh Aaron Ledesma. Michaela Shanae Levon. Sebastian Nathaniel Lindsay. Daniel Lopez Jr. Evan Allen Lopez. Francisco Lopez. German Arcega Lopez III. Isamara Lopez. Jacob Manuel Lopez. Augustine Daniel Laredo. Susie Michele Lucatero. Joe Manuel Lugo III. Moses Joshua Madriz. Thurman Manzanares. Natalie Manzanares de Leon. Richard Daniel Mares. Alejandro Martinez. Everardo Martinez Jr. Ishmael Martinez Jr. Joseph Anthony Martinez. Raul Martinez. Nicholas Emmanuel Martinez Iturralde. Christian Teresa. Calvin Anthony Wayne McCormick. Shamaya Monique McCullough. Arvion Jamar McKenzie. Brian Ubaldo Medina. Marnie Azea Mejia Valdez. Gerardo Mendez. Adrian Mendoza. Kelsey Renee Messer. Valente Tajay Shamar Matois. Matthew Israel Miles. Bailey Heath Miller. Jaime Dario Miranda Munoz. Trayvon Marquise Mitchell. Omar Morales Jr. Jose Alfredo Morfin. Montrell Tyreek Moton. Megan Michelle McElroy. Christian Joel Mujica. David Alexander Murillo. Luisa Navarro. Maria Moye Nelson Farmer. Matthew Lyndon Neville. Brian Corbin Nichols. Enrique Nieto. Anahi Nunez. Audrey Brianne Ochoa. Fiza Eshe Dene Odlum. Johnny Rodolfo Olvera. Kayla Ray Ortiz. Erica Oseguera Hernandez. Salvador Padilla. Luis Gerardo Padron. Angel Palos. Roshan Patel. Lauren Michelle Peña. Maria Pereira Ramirez. Noel Perez. Raul Angel Perez. Yesibel de la Caridad Perez J. Kayla Nicole Petaway. Renee Domingo Phillips. Mark Anthony Pena. Tatiana Pineda. Javier Enrique Ponce. Brian Giovanni Portillo. Jessica Prado. Donald Gabriel Pratt. Christian Alejandro Pulido. George Adrian Pulido. Yesenia Don Quezada. Eduardo Ramirez. Fairman Ramirez. Lauren Bailey Ramirez. Salvador Isaac Ramirez IV. Brianna Juanita Ramos. Ladisha Janae Rollins Moguer. Ezekiel Razo. Joseph Daniel Reyes. Christopher David Reyna. Deja Ridgway. Nicholas Isaac Rios. Sarah Abigail Rivera. Alessandra Marie Rodriguez. Edgar Emmanuel Rodriguez. Ezekiel Rodriguez. Jasmine Suzette Rodriguez. Leo Rodriguez. Calvin Rosales. Jasmine Lene Roth. Sebastian Ruiz. Fabian Elijah Imari Russell. Mia Soriel Laranya Russell. Araceli Sainz. Anthony Allen Salas. Katia Deyanira Salinas. Robert Samuel Zamora. Alessandra Crystal Sanchez. Audrey Elaine Sanchez. Jessica Sanchez. Roberto Elias Sanchez. Jose Santillon. Miguel Angel Santillon. Andrea Sofia Santillon Mata. Jodeci Nicole Satterfield. Ethan Adams Selma. Phoenix Stone Shackelford. Fernando Silva. Sierra Hallie Jasmine Skelton. Chikara Nikayla Smith. Giselle Solorzano. Emmanuel Melchizedek Sugrim. Pedro Sotelo Jr. Ernesto Soto. Jenny Soto Soto. Valeria Soto Torres. Jacris Stephen Spence. Princess Diana Spence. Isaiah Cornelius Jeremiah St. Clair. Annette Stockton. Faith Ellen Strope. Soraya Nicole Suarez. Jaden Saraya Solari. Jacob Allen Switzer. Oscar Benjamin Tamez. Jonathan Tarin. Talitha Limaiva Tau Tau. Kaya Janae Thompson. Nathaniel Scott Tippin. Gabriel Alexander Tolman. Eileen Lynette Torres. Genesis Naomi Torres. George Torres Jr. Marco Torres. Elisa Destiny Torres Colon. Alfonso Ezekiel Torres Garcia. Humberto N. Torres Ochoa. Leslie Juliana Tovar. Jonathan Trejo. Darasama Trujillo. Edwin Alberto Valdez Jr. Pedro Valdez. Esteban David Valdez Garcia. Alexander James Valencia. Cesar Augusto Valverde. Mario Arturo Valverde Jr. Sergio Javier Valverde. Giovanni Vargas. Miguel Angel Vargas. Ariana Marie Vasquez. Axel Ariel Vasquez Salas. Valerie Villafranco. Jacqueline Alexis Villarreal. Jason Ray Waldrop. Erin Jean Nicole Wallace. Chastity Lauren Washington. Christopher Demond Williams. Jazzy Jennifer Williams. Matthew Bruce Williams. Tony Ray Williams. Xavier Williams. John Michael Wong. Nicholas Annalise Jr. Eileen Fabiana Ramos. Aaron Garcia. Benjamin Richard Williams.
Graduates, would you please stand? As a symbol of your graduation, please move your tassels from the right side to the left side. At this time, would all the guests please stand for the benediction given today by Josiah Bruton and then our dismissal by Andy Flores. Please come to the podium.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for allowing us to gather here today for this prestigious Robert E. Lee graduating class of 2019. We thank you for our families, teachers, and communities that have innovated us through our journey and have paved the way to allow us to be here today. We have been taught by the best teachers and will strive to always stay focused on the future and bring honor to our alma mater, Robert E. Lee High School. Today is the end of the old and the beginning of the new chapter in our lives. As we leave here today, we follow our dreams. We ask that you, Lord Almighty, continue to water our seeds of knowledge that we have obtained this far and to allow us to flourish and guide us in our various career and life choices to come. Lord, we ask that when we come to a crossroad in our lives, that you lead us down the right path no matter the obstacles and complexities that come with it. We know that with you leading our lives, we can and will make the right decisions with you ordering our steps and directing our paths towards our goals until adulthood. Dear Lord, in the words of Janice Friedman, teach all of our graduates in their lives to stay in the car, to be credible, accountable, and responsible at all times. As we leave here today, watch over all of us and let us travel safely to our destinations and walk into the future with faith, hope, and love. Therefore, I say to you, graduates, parents, and teachers, to God be the glory. Thank you for all being a part of this special day. May God bless you, and may we all say amen.
Howdy, ladies and gentlemen. Man, what a year it's been from being the 90th year at Robert E. Lee High School. From having one of the best football records in a long time, for the boys soccer team making it to the second round of playoffs. We can't forget about the Lib Dubs this year too. Sorry. We have experienced all kinds of emotions. I want to thank God for being there through the good and the bad. The class of 2019, we pulled through. I'm very happy to be here right now, and I'm sure y'all are too. Sadly, we just entered a chapter we call high school. No more waking up hearing your mom say, get up and get ready for school. No more hearing Ms. Dunn and Ms. Yarbrough saying, where's your ID badge? No more Ms. Powell asking, where's that candy money? Also, no more getting tagged for parking in the field house. High school gave us some of the best moments in our lives and some tough ones as well. But besides all the chapter worksheets from Coach Kinchelow and all the homework and tests, we pulled through. So as of today, we start a new chapter called life. Some of us will be parting ways with the people we've grown close to and love. I also wish y'all the best of luck. Always shoot for the stars. And remember, anything is possible when you put your mind to it. So for the last time, class of 2019, let our families and friends know whose house it is. Whose house? Whose house? Whose house? Gracias. Thank you. Go Stros!
At this time, I would like to release the guests on the stage to go get into their places, and for the Robert E. Lee staff to make their way back to the gym. Audience members, let's please give our graduates another big round of applause for today. At this time, we are going to start our recessional with the first rows on each side. Please exit the arena. Thank you. Have a great afternoon.